Fellow geeks, the I'm the Geek Highlight of New York is here. How's everybody doing? uh, so, wanted to give my thoughts on something else. I wanted to give my thoughts on a series that I was keeping my eyes on when I first heard about it, but I didn't get to see it till like a couple of weeks ago or so, and I kind of kicked myself because as much as I was keeping my eyes and ears on it, I somehow lost track of it. I didn't know if it came out or not, but it did. And as you can see the background, yeah. Anybody who's not a fan of this guy right here, leave my domain right now. But if you are a Dick Grayson fan, if you are a fan of one of the most greatest evolved characters in comic lore, one of them, yes, you can stay. Yeah. I'm here to talk about the Nightwing series that was created and written by I want to make sure I get his name right. I don't like I said, I don't rehearse this, guys. I just go off the top of my head and it's all up here. Mr. Shephard, Danny Shephard, I believe that's his name. And I remember watching him on IGN up at noon, I believe that was, and he was talking about he has a Nightwing series coming. It's going to be on YouTube and things like that, and I was just like, okay, cool. I always love seeing, fellow geeks and who love these characters bring their own flavor, add their own flavor and twist to these great characters, whether it's Marvel, DC, you name it, doesn't matter. I love seeing that. And Mr. Shephard actually worked his magic with this. The miniseries, I believe, is 5 parts. I'm hoping there's more to come because the way that ended is like, come on, more please. But I'm not gonna go too much in detail because if you have seen it, that's great. But if you haven't, I still want to play it off like nobody hasn't seen it, so you could easily go watch it for yourselves. Basically, the concept is that Dick has really... It takes a little bit of the comic. Mr. Shephard does take a little bit of the comic lore. Dick is now Nightwing now. He stopped being Robin after a little bit of a falling out between him and Bruce. Something major that does involve Babs. And not going to ruin too much of it, but there are elements of classic stories like The Killing Joke, things like that are in there. But in the meantime, a mercenary who we all should know by the name of Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, is going on a killing spree. He's killing out members of the project that he was a part of, that made him who he is. And I enjoyed that. I was like, oh, wow, okay, the guy, whoever's in the costume, looks good. It was funny because when he's in costume, he had like a kind of a British regal accent. I was like, okay, Slade with an accent, with a British accent. That's pretty funny to me. I found that kind of funny. And but then when he removed the mask, he spoke like English. He just, But in this series as well, Mr. Shephard showcases, that Dick is still progressing as Nightwing. He has his own base of operations. He is on the track of Slade, and there's some ups and downs with him. Especially when he finds out that certain element of his life that he thought was gone is actually still around. I very much enjoyed that. I thought Mr. Shephard as Dick Grayson was very believable. And if they ever wanted to cast Nightwing Dick Grayson in one of these, DC small screen cinematic shows, get him, because I think he'll work well. I even applaud him with the costume design. The costume was really, really superb in my opinion. I thought it was really good. I did not mind it. I was like, wow, he put a lot of effort into the costume. I loved the mask, the domino mask. It even had well, you can't see it here, but even like the classic domino mask with the white eyes in a sense. I thought I was like, wow, like kudos to doing that. The fight choreography I thought could have been a little better, but you know, that's me just nitpicking at certain things, but I enjoyed it. But one of the major points I did was like the scenes between him and Barbara were pretty well done, and especially the scene between him and the actor who's playing Batman in this. I thought it was really, I love that scene. I think that was in episode 3 when Nightwing got really beat up by Slade. He got beat down big time, and I love that dialogue that they shared, because in that point, you really, when I was reading that, I was like, that's the kind of attitude and that's the kind of pep talk Bruce would give Nightwing or any of his surrogate sons if they got they fell off the path of what they are. You know, they were trained by Bruce not just to be good fighters, but also good detectives. And I love that scene that, you know, Bruce he's in the Watchtower. You know, he's in Justice League Watchtower, but he's having the conversation with Dick while he's recovering, and you know, he's telling him, like, look, you know, you'll find him. You know, I believe. Basically, he doesn't say I believe in you, if I'm not mistaken, but he does say some of the point, like, I know you can do it because A, you're my son, and I'm just like, that's the Batman that I like. It's like where he's not being a douche to his disciples. You know, he's prepping them up. He knows that they have what it takes to be better than him or further, and we get to see that. The fight scene between him and Dick and Slade was really intense. It was good, and then that ending of there's a death in this big time. Not gonna ruin who it is, even if you have seen it. I was like, whoa! And then the killer, I was just like, ooh, that's where I'm just like, Mr. Shephard, please, is there more coming? Or is this just a one-time deal? Because I enjoyed that. I thought the ending really gave me a tease, like, all right, let's get some more. Let's do this. I love the creative. You know, I'm glad that you had the creative know-how and creativity to do this and pull this off. And even though I'm a little late with my thought / review, however you want to classify this, I thought it was really, really well done. And to you, Mr. Shephard, I just say this, as a fellow Nightwing fan, love Nightwing, Dick Grayson, period. I am so loyal to his character. Wherever he is, I'm always going to be there to support the character. But I thought you did a good job. You know, you look like you got into pretty good shape for the role too. Like you kind of got into good shape, so I applaud you for that too. It's like, yeah, don't just do something, give it only maybe 20%. You went 110% on this. And like I said, I would love to see you be Dick Grayson for real. In, you know, I don't care if it's the Titan show that's coming on TNT, or we see Dick Grayson somewhere down the line in one of the small screen, you know, series like, you know, Arrow or Flash or somewhere like that. But other than that, guys, if you haven't seen the Nightwing series, I do recommend it. It's here on YouTube. Look for it. You won't be disappointed. I promise you. And you would give Mr. Shephard some love, just like I am. But other than that, guys, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. I'll see you guys next time.